Oke, sudah. Oke, good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to Zedward Indonesia. Selamat sore teman-teman. Yes, gue mau lanjutin Honkai Star lah. Jadi yang kemarin ini sudah ada update baru. Version berapa ya? 4.2, 4.1 gue 2 ya, 2 apa 3 gitu, gue lupa. 2 deh rasanya, 2.1, 2.2 gue lupa versinya, tapi ya gitulah. Kita gue mau lanjutin story-nya karena gue belum sama sekali ya. Hai Mak Ci, welcome. Wah, live HSR kak, aku kira Yu-Gi-Oh. Iya, hari ini HSR dulu. Untuk Yu-Gi-Oh-nya nanti. Karena gue belum sama sekali ngelanjutin story-nya ya, karena kemarin kan baru update untuk HSR. Jadi gue pingin lanjutin sama nanti kita bakal gacha Acheron dan semoga pulang ya. Wesko numpuk di HSR lagi jenuh-jenuhnya. Wah, gue lebih banyak nih, Mak. Kalau mau banyak-banyakan, nih lihat nih. Wah. Numpuk banyak quest event yang gue belum jalanin sama sekali. Jadi gue jalanin main questnya aja sama beberapa event yang lalu itu untuk buka ini ya, untuk buka weekly boss. Giliran rajin marathon quest sama achievement. Wah, mantap tuh, langsung kayak modal 100% kan. Ya, kita lanjut. Jadi yang kemarin itu kok nggak salah yang terakhir itu kita dikasih lihat si Robin dibunuh ya. Dibunuh di kamar pas tapi apa hitungannya itu dunia mimpi. Dan gua rasa Robin masih hidup sih. Karena itu dunia mimpi kan. Dan juga untuk version kemarin kan lagi rame juga tuh Firefly mati ditusuk. Tapi kalau diingat-ingat, cara kita dibangunkan sama Acheron untuk pertama kali dibangunkan dari mimpi itu kita dibunuh kan sama Acheron. Jadi harusnya mereka berdua nggak mati. Ya, Robin di bathtub. Gue rasa dua-duanya nggak mati karena itu dunia mimpi doang kan. Kayak kita lihat aja lanjutan nih gimana.
My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her.
Oh, bukan dia yang bunuh. Gue kira dia loh yang nusuk Robin.
Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie.
Sudah gacha Acheron belum, Mak. Jadi hari ini nanti gacha Acheron.
Most basic light cone manifesting tech.
Semoga pulang ya, karena hitungannya Acheron itu mau meta atau enggak, dia tetap bisa dipakai untuk speedrun Simulate Universe. Jadi usahakan pulang lah.
Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality.
Nah, bener kan? Dibalikin ke dunia nyata. What
gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest.
Si Acheron.
An emanator who hides her true identity. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
No one. Kalau begitu aku juga tidak percaya siapa-siapa.
It's fine. Listen to your gut.
Soalnya gue
Building
masih
trust
curiga
always
sama
takes time.
Adventurer ini.
And I'm willing to wait.
Villain banget.
I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy
Dari
is
awal
concerned,
gue udah gak suka sama ini orang.
covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy
Black Person sudah balik.
beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express.
Nope.
I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this
Lama-lama IPC
frontier
ini
prison.
feelingnya jadi
This has all
kayak
become a
ini
bad debt thanks to
Patui
the
ya.
cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls.
Kayak si siapa Topas.
You have no
Topas kan baik
idea
tuh.
how difficult these people are to
Aslinya.
deal with. Put it
IPC-nya
this
yang nggak bener.
They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help.
Nah, nggak bisa percaya.
That's fine. I'm not forcing you. But I'm really not asking for much, so why don't you at least hear me out, okay? I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means.
Maksudnya mau
Now we have our
dihancurin nih
chance.
dunia
So
mimpinya.
long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
Tapi boleh sih kalau misalnya kan win-win situation kan dia minta. Untuk sementara walaupun dia jahat ya kayaknya ya. Tapi nggak bagus juga sih kerjasama. Tanya Himeko dulu kali ya.
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions,
Dikasih nomor
call
WA
me. Oh,
biar bisa
and
kontak.
take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
Berarti kayaknya yang tahu kalau misalnya
Aventurine just sauntered off.
mati dalam dunia mimpi
He really
kebangun
doesn't
itu kita
mean to
doang ya.
force it, but
Si
something
Adventurer
still
masih
seems
kayak
off.
nganggap kalau misalnya orang mati dalam dunia
What
mimpi
now?
itu langsung mati
What
juga.
are your plans?
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be. He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But judging by your
Oh iya,
reaction, he may
yang
have
tahu
noticed
Firefly kan
something
cuma
going on,
bertiga
and
doang
deliberately
kan.
shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
Demi Firefly.
That is something I agree on. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions,
Nggak,
it's
lanjut.
all happened so quickly.
Kak,
I can
sorry nih,
only
tanya
make
game lain di
conjecture.
live ya, Sir. Aman.
After leaving here, go have a chat with your
Free.
companions.
Kalau misalnya mau nanya
I
apa
hope
aja,
you can
tanya aja
clarify the
langsung.
source of
Nggak
this
masalah kok
confusion.
misalnya beda topik gamenya atau apanya. Menurut kakak deck Labyrinth cocok combo sama deck apa ya? Untuk Labyrinth itu bisa sama Dogmatika kalau mau dijadiin satu.
This way. It's a short walk.
Terus kemarin
Don't
itu
get
gue
lost.
sempat ketemu Labyrinth apa ya? Lupa gue ada ketemu satu Labyrinth itu unik banget, tapi nggak sejelek itu juga. Bagus, dia gabungnya sama Synchro. Waktu itu gue lawan. Tapi so far yang gue coba sih sama Dogmatika ya paling cocok. Kalau misalnya mau gabung sama Trap Tricks kayaknya juga bisa sih. Cuman nggak begitu konsisten ya kalau misalnya sama ini, sama apa namanya, sama Trap Tricks. Karena pastinya bakal ngesummon Trap Tricks kan, sama ngesummon ini juga. Terus ada restriksi juga kan dari Labyrinth-nya itu sendiri. Kalau cuma bisa Demon kok nggak salah ya restriksinya. Dogmatika sih kayaknya memang paling bagus. Sama dicampur sedikit ini kalau mau. Apa sih namanya? Sadol. Gabung sedikit sadol.
This way. This is
Kalau
where we
untuk
part
kartu-kartu
ways.
yang lain gue belum coba
All of
liatin sih,
this is
kayak
like
model
a
Ancient
nightmare.
gitu. Ancient itu apa ya?
Unfortunately, the
Tipenya
remembrance
gue lupa
doesn't
deh.
lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened, and it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths, and ultimately,
Aku coba
all
combo
we leave
Crimson
behind
Dragon Red
are
Nova.
precious
Kalau keluar
memories.
bagus, kalau nggak keluar atau surrender.
Hold on just
Nggak
a
cocok
sec.
soalnya kombonya. Kalau main Resonator itu cuma cocoknya sama apa kemarin ya? Sama Bestial, terus sama apa lagi? Sama Blue Eyes kok nggak salah bisa deh.
Hopefully it can guide you on my behalf.
Yang paling bagus emang
I
sama
also pay great attention to the ways
Bestial
of the world.
so far.
Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you.
Banyak apa ya? restrictingnya itu loh untuk labyrinth masalahnya. Dia kebanyakan juga kan nggak ngeluarin pakai extra deck kan. Jadi dogmatika yang betul-betul nggak ngandelin extra deck itu masih bisa. Terus kayak Shadow yang cuma special summon sekali doang, itu pun di turn musuh, itu juga masih bisa karena ya restriksinya nggak seberapa kena lah, masih bisa masuk.
Then I've something private to take care
Tapi
of
kayaknya untuk
regarding that
sekarang
Galaxy Ranger.
labyrinth
Let's
pure
leave
masih
things
lebih
there,
bagus
shall we?
dibandingkan digabung ya.
What fascinating memories will you bring for me
Soalnya
next
sudah
time
ada
we meet?
itu,
I
sudah ada butler,
sincerely look
jadi
forward
udah
to
full
them.
power. Harusnya super banget tuh labyrinth sekarang. Gue juga pingin update tuh labyrinth. Semoga sempat ya. Dan semoga resource-nya ada. Kemarin gue ada bikin baru untuk update Shark Deck. Itu nanti malam, kalau misal mau lihat nanti jam 8 Wita. Di WIB paling jam 7 nanti. Publish-nya. Kayak udah kelar kok gue upload. Nah nanti next ini gue coba lihat-lihat dulu yang bisa gue update apa. Karena resource-nya juga terbatas kan. Jadi masih belum tahu. Kau masih di Hotel Dunia. Gimana situasi? Terpisah dalam memory zone tapi ditemani memo keeper. Di grup. Oh nggak kebaca. Tentang masalah penanam Firefly aku loh, Himeko tahu Firefly ya? Lokasi telah ditutup dengan negosiasi dengan perwakilan mereka nanti. Harusnya Himeko nggak tahu Firefly kan? Yang tahu harusnya cuma bertiga doang.
A family rep. Is Himiko
Oke kak, thanks infonya. Request dong deck labyrinth terbaru, kalau original enak banget labyrinth mainnya. Oke, berarti kayaknya next gua kejar labyrinth dulu kali ya. Jadi nanti biar cepat ininya, biar cepat ada referensinya lah untuk bikin. Nanti gue coba bikin. Nanti gue coba bikin yang pure dulu. Kalau misalnya lebih oke pakai dogmatika, gue bakal tambahin dogmatika.
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for
Sepulzen
everyone to
gimana?
arrive.
Soal apa? Duelist Cup kemarin lolos kah ke PES 2? Gue soalnya yang ke PES 2 nggak gue kejar, jadi mentok satu aja. Masih berantem.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
Masih berantem ternyata. Loh, kok ada Inferno?
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
Lolos sebenarnya pakai deck Sword Soul. Wih, congrats. Berarti PES 2 dong nih, lagi jalanin.
You still have room to make a choice. Leave the
Tapi
music
bang
box
Sword
behind
Soul the best lah.
and go.
Choice.
Deck simple ya kan, tapi
The bloody trail
setupnya
of
nggak seberapa
destruction
bagus,
leaves
cuma
no
konsistennya wah banget.
hesitation.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could
Wih,
never
dia nihility
understand.
bukan Han.
We come from the fire, and
Apa Galaxy
above
Ranger itu
me
sebetulnya bawahannya Han?
fire. We spread, burn, and destroy until all the kindling
Cuma aku
is
lagi
burned
sibuk
out
nggak
and
kelanjut kak,
leave
tinggal 2
only
gameplay
ashes
2 padahal
on the
pas
ground.
rame-rame kan. Oh, ya nggak apa-apa, kerjaan lebih penting ya kan. Walaupun lolos juga misalnya di Duelist Cup nih lolos, nggak dapat apa-apa juga kan. Nggak tahu kalau misalnya ada invitation langsung diundang terus langsung dapat bayaran, beda cerita. Kalau kerjaan kan yang ngasih kita makan loh, nanti nggak makan ya kan.
Your companions don't seem to
Lebih
think
gawat
so.
kalau anda bisa
They
beli
fight for
makan.
your chance at survival.
Jadi kerja masih
Well, my
diutamakan.
children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn white heart. They're still young, and I don't blame them. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring purgatory with me there.
Kalau dulu waktu ada event di Bali aku dapat undangan Kak, cuma nggak ada temen kesana jadi nggak aku datangin. Tapi repot juga sih kalau misalnya kan cuma diundang terus
Because on the path
anggaplah
they have fallen,
lagi betul-betul nggak ada biaya kan, mau kesana juga nggak bisa gitu loh. Nah kalau ini beda cerita lagi, kalau misalnya nggak ada temen kayak malas lah datang sendiri kalau nggak ada temen, mau ngapain nanti.
you cannot hide your true
Sama kan
identity.
nggak seberapa menjamin ya.
For we shall indeed
Mau dibilang nggak penting juga nggak bisa, ada kemungkinan kan kalau kita datang kan ada kayak peluang.
death, for I choose this. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important
Berarti
is
si
not the
family
answer,
ini dia
but that
semuanya di bawahnya destruction.
just as you exist.
Soalnya biaya dibebankan ke kita sendiri. Emang kalau win hadiahnya banyak tapi lawannya pasti pay to win semua, nggak mungkin mudah win. Nah itu ya kan ada hitungannya, ada kesempatan tapi nggak menjamin 100%. Lagi pula ya itu karena kan biaya sendiri kan, malah ada kemungkinan malah jadi rugi. Beda cerita kalau misalnya memang mau cari pengalaman terus memang ada biaya lebih, ya it's okay. Itu kalau pendapat gua sih,
You shall witness
karena kan pendapat orang kan beda-beda ya kalau soal turnamen kayak gitu.
in existence. May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless dream.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but
Berarti si
perhaps
Sam
out of
itu tadi
reciprocity.
si ini ya, bukan Sam yang asli ya.
I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the
Nah kan
path I
betul kan,
truly found.
Acheron bukan Han ya.
May death be the end of your boundless dream.
Wah. Hey,
guiding you
goodbye,
back to the
dude.
waking world.
Satu anggota family
I still see them in my dreams.
modar dong. Oh, ingatan.
Your time hasn't come yet.
Lah. Ditahan.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why?
Enggak niat dibunuh ternyata.
Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know.
Elio. Ketua ini
I
kan.
thought this is just
Antar.
the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My
Stellar
slip
Hunter.
has always been brief. Other than that, Anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However,
Oh, hitungannya anggota Stellar Hunter nggak ada yang dipaksa berarti ya. Itu pilihannya
so
mereka
it's time for
masing-masing.
me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
Jati dirinya yang ditanyain.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their
Tiap event andalanku deck
Take me.
Sword Soul,
I'm
combo
wanted
yang
by the IPC,
Synchro
so it's
Baron,
little wonder
Psychic
that
yang
I know
bintang
something
11 tuh
about the
lupa namanya.
Stellaron Hunters.
Psychic M.
That's all. Maybe I can help.
Gue malah nggak pernah bawa loh Psychic N. Gue coba deh nanti. Gue masukin Psychic N di ini.
I tend to forget
Soalnya gue
things.
pakai ini
Which is why,
untuk Sword Soul kan
Rather
gue
than memories,
pakai
I'm
Chaos kan.
accustomed to using my
Itu pun
emotions to capture what I
pakai
normally wouldn't otherwise.
Apple Dragon. Nah gue
I
mau
know
coba Apple
who was
Dragonnya
inside that cold
gue
armor.
cabut. Coba yang kayak biasa aja. Kayaknya lebih konsisten
How about
kalau
it?
nggak pakai Apple Dragon.
Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help, but I can give you a
Sam ini
suggestion
berarti bukan
that would make things
pure
better for
ini,
you and
cuma
me.
armor doang.
If your goal
Bukan
is the
pure robot.
Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of
Jelas
yours.
lah, kan ada Mami
I
Kafka
know
ya
that.
kan,
I just never expected to hear
yang
you
pernah
say it.
kerja sama.
What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for her?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to
Mereka
track
warisan
down the
Agun.
Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an
Oh berarti
easier
memang si
and
Kafka
more direct
sengaja
way.
minta kita kerja
But
sama
as you
mungkin
can
biar
see,
dekat,
here
biar
I
tujuannya
am,
yang itu ya.
confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing?
Sure.
Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
Apa ya maksudnya Sharon ya?
I knew it.
Hang on. I don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability
Kan aku
to
bawa
dream.
apa tuh? Aku bawa break yang di tangan itu loh kak. Zombie bintang 3 tuh Thunder kalau nggak tambah sinkro yang bintang 8 Sword Soul enak langsung attack 9800.
And to burn
Zombie bintang 3.
on burning
Zombie yang itu yang kayak
until I turn
2 itu.
so
Sepindonya terjemahannya kurang deh. Iya bener.
deeply envy you.
Tadi kan harusnya I
Is
never
that so?
bukan don't kan.
And you're already living in the waking world.
Inilah bagusnya kenapa gua lebih milih dub English dibanding dub Jepang. Jadi yang diomongin tuh gue juga ngerti walaupun subtitlenya itu agak melenceng
We
sedikit gitu.
heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan,
By the way, welcome Nonem.
but we never expected Miss Robin to.
I'm sorry that I couldn't be
Ini
with
berarti
you
sudah Trailblazer udah cerita sama yang lain
Reality
ya
cruises
soal
on
Firefly.
in serenity, while undercurrents
HSR
bubble up from the
karakter
dreamscape,
kesukaanku Kafka.
just like that
Ada nih
Metal Gear said.
gua Kafka.
Stay
Tapi PA
strong,
Jepang juara
everyone.
banget
We
intonasinya
can
bang.
still do what we can
Nah
for them.
masalahnya kalau untuk
Starting with
mungkin untuk
finding
anime iya
the murderer.
gue suka. Tapi untuk game
Let's
selama
recap everything then.
selama
Trailblazer just
VO
reminded me of something.
untuk Englishnya bagus,
Marge,
gue tetap pakai
Do you
English.
remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Emang rata-rata orang-orang lebih suka Jepang.
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the
Tergantung
family in
masing-masing
verifying
lagi
the
kan.
identity of the deceased.
Selera.
That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
Ngumpul Acheron nggak bang?
The family's
Pengen
planning
full
on covering
nanti.
up all
Jadi
news
ini
about Miss
gue coba
Robin's
kelarin
death.
dulu
If
quest
news
ininya,
gets out,
main questnya.
Pinnacle is
Nanti
going to
begitu
turn
kelar,
into a bloodbath.
kita langsung full Acheron.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their
Seadanya sih,
anticipation.
gue juga nggak
The
yakin
family
sih bakal
had to
pulang
try and turn
Acheronnya,
things to
tapi
their
ya
advantage by
sebisanya.
bringing in
Karena
reinforcements
hitungannya
from
Acheron
outside.
wajib ya,
The Charmony Festival is
bukan
nearly
wajib
here.
karena meta, tapi
They must
wajib
be
karena
snowed
untuk
under.
speedrun.
It may also be that
apa,
Miss
Spil-
Firefly's
Stimulated
murder had so
Universe.
many witnesses that it couldn't be
Jadi,
covered up. So
Gue
they went with the
saranin
flow and
misalnya
let more
belum
people
punya
on the scene
Acheron
to
ya
control the
wajib
situation.
ngepull sih.
After all, the nature of the two murders is
Soalnya punya
fundamentally
Acheron
different.
sama nggak punya Acheron
The
jalanin
family's
Simulated Universe
first
itu
protective measure should
bedanya
be against
jauh
malicious
banget.
actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
Nggak, kayaknya punya niat buruk deh, bukan masalah kayak waspada sama Acheron ya.
All the while accusing that
Saran ya
Galaxy
bang,
Ranger.
bawa char yang attack-nya AOE di story ini.
Are we missing the forest
Oh,
for the
bagus
trees
berarti.
here?
AOE gue si
Always thought that
ini,
Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were
si Kafka
highly
cukup
subtle.
sama si ini
Can
sih
we believe
untuk
him?
debuffernya juga kan sama Black
At
Swan.
this point, I'm afraid the only
Berarti gue
ones
nggak
we
boleh
can
bawa
trust
ini ya,
are
nggak boleh bawa
ourselves.
Sele ya.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've
Berarti masih
still got this
investigasi lagi nih.
sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning
Legacy.
around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's in all likelihood
Jangan bawa
a
dahan dulu
scandal.
sama Imaginary. Kalau ada
Plus,
Lightning sama Ice,
this is the
AOE bawa aja,
family's
apalagi
turf.
udah di build.
Teaming up with them should make things
Lightning,
easier for
Kafka,
us in the future.
Ice gue nggak ada. Ice itu gue
As for
cuma
that
ada support
Aventurine,
satu doang.
Well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Healer malah, bukan support.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason
Sebetulnya
and
gue ada si
emotion.
support, ada
It wasn't
si
forced, but
siapa
the
namanya?
intent was obvious. Still,
aduh siapa
good to
sih
have
namanya,
contacts
rubah itu
among
gue
all
lupa.
this uncertainty. Adventurine
Yukong.
showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable
Yang
ally.
S. Gue ada itu jadi,
We
tapi
also need
masalahnya
to
kan
keep a
nggak
certain
cocok sama
distance from
Kafka
the
kan, jadi nggak
family.
mungkin gue
Never
bawa.
let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Lah, Mr. Yang.
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
Jadi harus jaga-jaga ya,
I get
tetap
why,
kerjasama sama Adventuren, tapi
There's a
tetap
whole lot of
jaga-jaga.
bad guys and girls around here. I'm
Yukang kan
worried about getting
imaginary bukan?
stabbed
Oh,
in the
imaginary
back.
bukan as ya?
She's been bullied a few times now, and I can't
Oh,
stand
iya
it
kah?
anymore.
Salah berarti. Berarti ice gua cuma satu. Aku selalu siap di... jangan dong, ini dong.
You... No, I can't accept this. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Di pikiran gua, Aventurine udah ada benernya sih. Lah, di message dong. Mulai sekarang kita saling bantu. Kerjasama berjalan lancar. Aku masih ada kecil supaya depan dan jelas. Segini doang. Tambah dong. Asik, ditambahin. Yaelah, ditambah 100.000 doang. Kirain mau dikasih 1 juta
Looks like
gitu.
Aventurine is happy with this outcome.
Coba, wait.
Let's tell everyone about it.
Tadi S ya. Gue ini bayi lu, berarti bayi lu dibawa atau diganti? Ganti S. Sebenarnya bayi lu bisa diganti nggak sih? Sama Link. Wait. Gue cuma ada ini doang. Nih, gue nggak ada S ya. Silver Wolf, Nambi. Ini doang Link. Link bukan S juga ya. Berarti gue nggak punya dong S. Pela tapi gue belum naikin, masih 70. Presnya juga kalau nggak salah belum. Iya belum. Nggak ada dong berarti. S gue. Yukong, iya Yukong imaginary ya. Ya udah bawa begini aja setelah ya. Nggak perlu diganti.
Checked off the list.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down?
Langsung lah.
I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to
Berarti
be
yang
careful
mati
when
di
handling
dalam
Aventurine.
mimpi semuanya
He's
ditutupin ya
skilled
sama
and
family ya.
able and discerning the right moment to
Oh,
strike.
curiga family juga sebetulnya
Also,
nggak tahu.
He's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in.
Kafka
to
selain
win.
karakter waifu cantik juga lumayan skill. Wah, bukan lumayan lagi. Queen kan dia jatuhnya. Queen of apa?
Aventurine said something
DOT.
that concerns me.
Jadi so far dia
He accused
masih
that
yang
Galaxy Ranger of
paling
killing
atas.
Robin without any
Kalau
evidence
soal DOT.
whatsoever. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious.
Mau dibilang Kafka kena super creep nggak bisa juga sih, karena masih bagus ya. Masih punya rencana lain, yakin
Maybe
gua.
Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. 2 birds, 1 stone. However, I asked Dan Heng back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages.
Oh,
It wasn't
si
something
Dan
that
Heng
Aventurine
ternyata
made
guna.
up
Gue
out of
kira
thin air.
nggak ngebantuin.
You've met her many
Dikasih
times now.
tugas ternyata.
What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
Apa kesanmu terhadap Nona Acheron? Waifu? Nggak ada pilihannya waifu. Misterius.
That fits the stereotype of
Lah,
a
nggak
Galaxy
bisa.
Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
Kejadian lupanya ini lagi ya, kambuh.
I hope it's bring it up. But I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive and well.
Nah, Mars ini bener nih.
Somewhere. That everything's just some horrible prank. Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Shouldn't only good things happen here?
Berarti nggak ada yang tahu ya? Cuma Acheron sama kita doang
Whenever
yang
I
tahu
see the grand
kalau
theater,
misalnya mati itu
I
kebangun.
just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
Family mencurigakan.
No. After all, they've brought everyone this sleepy dreamscape, which everyone loves. I just feel like I'm starting to understand them less and less. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us we're all outsiders from another world. Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down.
Nggak boleh Mars sebelum buka, ya kan? Main minum aja
Then
deh.
I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himiko, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the two murders that she witnessed are the most directly connected. I
Iya,
suggest
si
starting
ini
here.
kan.
One
Black
thing
Swan
I'm
sama
curious
Acheron.
about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
Dari
How
Robin
about
juga
we
berarti.
split off into two groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape.
Bagi
I'll
dua tim.
investigate those and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem. I'll leave it to you then.
Kenapa VA-nya nih jadi kayak lambat banget?
I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission
Si
together.
Himeko barusan.
Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch.
Ada yang ngerusak kayaknya rekamannya nih.
Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Siapa? Lah.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Weld.
Is there something about my name?
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying?
Gimana kalau misalnya si
Some claim
Acheron
that
kenal
you're the
sama
real
Welt ya
culprit
aslinya.
behind these murders.
Tapi beda
That the
universe dia
Annihilation
bilang. Karena
Game's
kan yang
tragic fate at the
ingatannya
banquet was a
Acheron tuh kan
result
kayak
of
masih
your
samar-samar
blade.
gitu kan.
And that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on
Kalau
Penacony.
tebakan gua bener,
The Annihilation Game.
berarti ada kemungkinan Acheron ini
Ifrit
sebetulnya
of
Raiden May
Everflame Mansion.
Tragic
dari
fate.
Honkai
That Duke
Impact
turned his
3.
dying body to flames.
Tapi di
and
masa depan,
sacrificed his
terus
life
dia
as a
pindah
martyr.
universe juga
He was a
kan.
determined and heroic path strider.
Soalnya Well
Even
kan
a
bisa
villain
pindah
should be
universe loh.
disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane.
Kak, ditunggu ya Dek
So you
Labrin.
must
Tiap
surely
event aku dibantai
know,
terus
Miss
sama Dek itu.
Acheron, that peering
Oke,
into a
oke,
black
nanti
hole
gua
is not
iniin,
a
nanti
wise
gua
move.
bikinin.
As a potential
Ditunggu
threat,
aja.
your knowledge of
paling lama
us
3
has
hari lah.
reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
Berarti Welt ini nggak ada yang tahu ya kalau dia bisa black hole ya
That shouldn't be
aslinya.
necessary. But if it makes the nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it.
Nah,
I think I've been honest enough.
apa ini?
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos.
Tahu
with
dong dia.
Stella on board. Is she okay?
Tahu dia kalau kita
That
ada
memo
Stellaron.
keeper didn't do anything, right?
She's fine. Let's just stick with the topic. Gaining my trust depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze.
Lah. Why?
That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same
Ada
conclusion.
kemungkinan si
Haven't
ini
you?
nggak sih pelakunya? Siapa?
Let's leave it at that.
Sparkle.
I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility.
Soalnya dia bisa manipulasi
Share
dalam
your
mimpi. Kan?
findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups. Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
Berarti kita bertiga balik ke dunia ini. Dunia nyata. Yang netap di dunia mimpi cuma Mr. Yang doang.
I've been watching her closely
Well,
for a
Doang.
while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams, only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said,
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
Lah. Black Swan udah
The
pernah
guest
ketemu
rooms
dalam
are charmingly
di dunia
minimalist.
nyata ternyata.
an aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12. Father,
Suara siapa nih?
I dedicate this to you.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go, shall be
Dubra ya?
by annihilation.
Belum pernah kedengaran namanya.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
They sought refuge in a land of sleep. Merely wishing for undisturbed rest.
Jauh dari
Away from
siapa?
storms. Children of the flame, this marks your right.
Oh, ini suaranya si ini Duk tadi. Tapi kan udah sudah kelar kan sama Acer.
When have thou on the path of destruction?
Sejak kapan orang-orang yang berjalan di path destruction takut kematian?
The
Ini gua banget.
Mansion has set out on a
Kalau
journey.
pakai path of destruction gua pasti heal.
They have
Harusnya
no
kan
idea what lies in
path
wait ahead of
destruction kan
them.
kebanyakan makin sekarat makin kuat kan.
Memory recovery is going well, but
Aduh,
slowly.
gua gak cocok
She'll
banget
be here soon,
main
and
destruction.
time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out.
Kenapa?
What happened? The memory after that is blank.
Kosong.
How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way,
Kosong? Apa?
it's like
No,
it's
jangan
been
ke sana.
erased.
Ke sana. Kemana, Wildan?
Who's done this?
Lah.
Who are you?
Bentar, ini bukannya suaranya Spark ya?
Who are you?
It's
Sparkle kan?
no. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure.
Mati, ada yang mati lagi. Wah,
We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together. But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her
bukan ya, bukan Sparkle.
I
Siapa
can
ini?
give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Oh. A phone. Wanna listen in?
Ini dalam dunia mimpi apa? Beneran sih? Bingung gua.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty
Kak, aku mau
has
mandi plus
hereby
ibadah
been
dulu,
established
nanti join lagi.
and
Oke,
shall take a
thank you
legislative
Sukuzen.
seat at the Interstellar
Thank you udah
Congress.
mampir.
The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody
Kepunahan
history,
Katika
turning
Avgin
the
akan jadi sebuah
sensational
masa lalu yang jauh.
Kataka-Avgin extinction
Sejarah
event
berarti ini.
into a distant memory.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact
Ini
from
kayaknya
small-scale celestial
spoiler
objects.
ini deh.
This
Untuk
is why
next
very few
planet.
intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke
Berarti
out nomad
planetnya
lifestyles
kayak model
as they
ini ya,
struggle to
kayak
survive
model
the arid
apa?
desert wilderness.
Pembuangan lah,
They have
apalah gitu.
developed their own
Kayak
folk
banyak
beliefs
rongsokan.
that are independent of the Eon belief system.
Sigonia. Sigonia. Ravenous eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods.
Siapa Sigonia?
Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tears. You beat us with your falling stars. You lash us with wind and storm. You chew us up with the cracked.
Rambut pirang, siapa ya?
You promised us.
Kasihan Adventuren. Hah? Kasihan. Jahat gitu loh. Masa kasihan? Gue nggak suka sama orangnya. Jadi kayaknya mati pun kayaknya gue suka deh.
If thou can hear me, please open up thy three eyes and gaze.
Kakak Pasya? Hah? Kakak Pasya yang mana?
When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where my husband went, I too soon must go. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his
ini nih
mother's heart?
modelnya. Gak bisa
And the
bedain
sound of
dunia
falling rain?
asli sama mimpi karena kebanyakan penakoni kan.
Tell me whether this life is all
Tapi ini beda cerita kan, bukan di penakoni kan.
otherwise. Why would this child
Kenapa anak ini
be born
dilahirkan
to
untuk
face
menghadapi
impending
kematian yang akan
death?
datang? Masalahnya kita lahir juga kan ujung-ujungnya bakal mati juga kan.
Mommy, the rain.
Semua yang dilahirkan akan mati pada waktunya.
Raining? Raining.
It is raining. It's true. Those outworlders weren't lying to us. They really did summon the rain.
Hah? Hujan bisa
We can
pulang?
leave here. We can go back home.
Gaitra Triplops.
Gayatra Triclops.
Gaya itu kok nggak salah preservation
You
kan?
came. Do you hear that? Thank you. Darling, listen. This is the sound of rain.
Gayatra. Nama tempatnya Gayatra.
On the day you were born, the sky also sent down a gift like this from Gayatra.
Banyak banget kata-kata yang asik masih.
Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child. Just like your name.
Afgin.
A gift from them.
Bukan kakak Pasya tuh, Afgin namanya.
My boy.
Boy. Cowok.
May the goddess Gayatra close her eyes 3 times. Keep let you and your schemes.
Bener dong kakak Pasya.
Sad world, Kakavasha.
Tapi namanya tadi siapa? Kakak Pasya ini julukannya mungkin.
To wake up, gambler.
Oh heavens. I must
Lah,
have drunk
kenapa
too much
adventure
soul blood.
jadinya? Rambutnya nggak pirang.
Didn't expect you to be back so soon.
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony, using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival.
Emang, kok bisa-bisanya
To be honest with
Robin
you,
yang
I didn't
di
believe
target?
it. I even tested it a few times myself, until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare. That's why I'm convinced that there are
Tapi
a few
anehnya
big
tadi kenapa
secrets
si
lurking behind the
adventurer
scenes.
mimpiin kakak Pasha itu ya?
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meeting.
Siapanya dia yang
When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just that it was
Iya, nggak ada yang tahu kan.
a stowaway.
Firefly.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. Oh, she must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go.
Pengganti Robin,
These
si
2 murders
Sparkle.
are definitely getting hushed up.
Siapa lagi? Karena yang
What should we do?
story yang sebelumnya kan Sparkle nyamar jadi Robin
It's too
kan.
rare an opportunity to miss out on, so I gotta be careful.
Incredible gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a
Berteman
mute
dengan
as a
orang
friend.
bisu.
Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her. But she
Pastinya
died
masih hidup. Soalnya kan
right before my
memang
very
yang mati
eyes.
di dalam dunia mimpi kan sebetulnya
A
itu cuma
complete
kebangun
and
kan.
utter loss.
Dan yang tahu
Incidentally,
yang
it
tahu
seems to have
itu
resulted in
cuma
your rather
kita
undignified arrival
sama
on the interrogation stand.
si Acheron.
There were eyewitnesses
Karena
at
yang
the
pertama
scene,
kali bangunin
and the family,
si
in their
ini
graciousness,
MC
has
kan Acheron
tentatively
tuh.
accepted your alibi.
Yang dimana kita dibunuh
However,
di dunia mimpi
For the foreseeable
buat
future,
dibangunin.
you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of the hounds.
Cuma yang
Things aren't
anehnya
looking too
badan
optimistic,
aslinya ini
Doctor.
kemana gitu.
Starting to break out in a
Kenapa
cold
nggak ada yang
sweat.
tahu
Do you
kalau
reckon
masih hidup?
there's still any chance of a comeback given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal. To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you again.
Siapa?
Who?
Sunday.
Astaga.
Is this a
Kakaknya
public
ya?
hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Oh, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Without any further
Dia
ado,
belum
let's
tahu
set
aja.
off. Lead the way.
Kemana-mana sudah story-nya nih. Kita yang mau ke
We're
lobby
here.
nggak nongol-nongol
The
nih.
Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Amanicus star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these grounds in their lifetimes. Look around while you still have this moment of freedom.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
Follow me and I'll bring you
mau
to
di
his
iniin,
parlor.
diinterogasi.
Hold your tongue and let
Tapi
me
pastinya
deal with the
pakai ini
members
nih,
of the
pakai
family.
cara kayak cuma nanya biasa gitu, padahal interogasi. Lah, pakai adventurer dong. Otak.
This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
Ada lagi? Udah ada.
Hey, you two! That's a place of business. No intrigue.
I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him the suspect. My name is Ratio. He should have mentioned it to you.
Oh, I remember you.
Veritas
Veritas
Ratio.
Ratio. Your punch virtual particle clock is impressive.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to my full pocket dimensional annihilating power armor of the Mobile Knights.
Right, and as I mentioned, that fantasy raiment of yours doesn't exist.
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family
Lama
can see
keburu
the
buka
glory
puasa.
of the Mobile Knights.
Gue kan pengen tahu story ya kan.
Don't keep Mr. Sunday waiting.
It seems like the idiocy index here is no better than it is out there.
Halu nih penjaganya.
A dead end?
The door is shut tight. Looks like we're on our own.
Puzzle.
There isn't a door.
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape.
Nah iya bener
But the
puzzle.
mechanisms hidden in these Nightingale statues. On the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone to the side room to verify something before setting the statues in the correct positions.
Well, maybe we should do the same.
Acheron tadi sama ini, sama Sam
We can also
masih.
use brute force.
Jadi berdua itu masih di dunia mimpi kan. Terus yang anehnya tadi habis itu si Acheron itu ketemu sama Weld. Nah jadi Weld sama Acheron itu ada di ini, ada di dunia mimpi masih. Putar arah jarum jam, bikin rata semua. Oke, kamu juga. Kok nggak bisa? Sekali lagi. Ini juga dong.
Solving a problem by brute force doesn't prove your intelligence.
Diserang ke ruang samping dulu ya udah deh.
Don't let me repeat myself.
Oke. Emang disuruh lihat apa sih di sini? Oke. Ya elah, ini lagi malesin. Sini dulu lah. 1, 2, 3. Sini belok kiri. Ini
6 nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint.
sana 2.
are these nightingales?
They are. What's wrong?
2 kanan.
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles to me.
Oke.
There are no
Ingat-ingat ya.
eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales.
Oh iya, gue foto aja pakai HP ya.
Why am
Geblek.
I wasting time with you on this?
Lah. Weh. Alah, udah langsung balik ke sini. Tadi itu ini kanan. Lain. Ini arah ke depan. Oke. Ini arah ke depan. Oke, terus ini ke kanan. Bener nggak sih? Ini arah ke sana arah kanan. Oh iya betul, ini putar. Bener kan? Oh salah. Ini lurus. Wait. Ini yang arah kanan. Oke.
Just as I thought. Here's the correct answer.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you the chance to join the Genius Society.
Really? Well, I thought you'd given up on that already.
I was being
Masih diajakin dong.
Can't you tell?
Nah, yang ini jangan disuruh gabung sama Genius Society deh. Rusak nanti.
Oh, impressive. So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks, it'll not affect Penacony.
Ini baru
Stop wasting your time nitpicking
wajar
the
dia
family.
dijulukin jenius ya kan, Dr. Ezio.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death. Sunday must have thought the same. Let's head down.
Si Dr. Ezio sadar berarti. Mimpi ya mimpi gitu kan. Ke bawah berarti. Ntar itu ada suara apa? Nah, gua ada dengar suara soalnya tadi. Oke.
Hold on.
Huh? What's wrong? Are we heading the wrong way?
Ya ini puzzle lagi.
But this door is locked.
My friend? Did you really make an appointment with him?
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to Sunday before you can speak with him. If I'm not wrong, we need to find a way to open this door in the hall or this place will be our prison.
Oh, an escape room. My favorite.
Get serious.
Jangan cari jalan lagi puzzle-nya.
Let's head back. The hint is probably in that prominent sandpit.
Miniatur di tengah.
Wow. That's an enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap in the model. I believe you're right.
There wasn't a gap before. That man must have done it intentionally.
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recalling what was here last time. Right, Doctor?
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Maksudnya? Nggak paham gua.
Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Alah. Gak bisa dilewatin apa? Putar. Gua nggak mau lawan.
found it. This is it.
Oke, kita disuruh ke situ. Berarti lewat sana. Oh, lewat sebelah sana. Oke, berarti harus buka itu dulu. Nggak bisa. Salah jalan kah? Oh, bisa lewat sini. Oke. Puzzle. Nggak usah. Dari sini terus ambil dari seberang. Nih, reset kan. Ini apa? Robin. Poster Robin. Sini. Terus itu ke sana. Yang jaga elit lagi. Oke. Oh, ada nih. Gue kira bakal buntu. Oke, ini kotak.
And the nameplate reads
Oh,
Gulliver's
ini.
Arch. Well, I'm amazed you can remember something this...
If I were you, I would shut...
Kunci berarti.
Oh, this reminds me of one of those building toys. With the blocks.
Ditaruh sebelah mana sih?
Oh, look. The gap
Di
is
depan.
closed.
Lah.
Oh, good heavens.
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor, you're... Oh, actually, I think we could make this work for us. Oh, fine. Let's find a way to open the door.
Gua salah dengar. Ayah, ini lagi. Dia pasti cari gear.
Hello, I am an oak soldier.
Until...
Hello, I am an oak soldier.
Tendang sekali.
Model, Gen...
Tendang.
Please look, model up.
What's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? Oh, capsule machine. So,
Kukira minta tolong gimana?
was
Minta
right.
tolongnya dibukain
These
kayak gitu
models
dong.
have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that
Tinggal dulu ya mau live. Oke,
that makes
Mak.
them
Thank
seem
you
like a
udah
giant by
mampir.
comparison.
Semangat
Or
live
you
ya.
can see it first
Nanti
thing
gue
in the
mampir ke
morning.
sana.
Insecure much?
Oke, lewat sini. Ada 3 kan? Harusnya. Ambil. Aduh, kayaknya gue ganti char deh ini. Males banget gue ngelawan. Asta aja deh ganti. Ada botol ungu nggak dekat sini? Oh, ini ada.
Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's tough.
Oke.
Oh, Doc! I'll need...
There's no need to yell.
Mesin
I
pinball
can
disembunyikan di
hear.
suatu tempat di aula. Oke, harus cari. Jangan bilang pakai Dr. Ezio nih.
Finally.
Yelah.
A moment of peace.
Ribet banget sih. Dijagain pula. Hap 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 hap.
That's it. Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
Satu lagi. Gue harus cari yang ungu dulu nih buat nambahin skill. Entah botol ungu, entah apa, ini nggak bisa nambah ya. Oh, ini nih botol ungu. Oke.
Oh, you're back. Just place...
Boom boom.
Thanks, Doc.
Oke. Putar. Nyalain, 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 nyalain. Putar. Easy. Tapi ngapain pakai puzzle ya? Kenapa nggak minta dokter? Kenapa nggak minta dokter Ezio aja langsung angkat kita gitu?
Honestly, you could easily score. Hold on. Piece of cake.
Oke, ini. Bentar, kenapa nggak ke sana dulu? Kalau ini yang dinyalain gini. Oke. Walah, ini bos. Nggak jadi, balik. Oke, ini matiin, ini matiin, ini matiin, ini hidupin, ini hidupin, ini hidupin, putar. Oke. Mana sih? Suruh lewat sini, ini. Lain. Ini pasti di sini. Nggak bisa. Sini. Oke, last piece. Lah, terus di sini disuruh ngapain? Ke bawah. Balik kah? Terus ngapain gua ke atas pinball? Sudah semua dong. Bentar.
And the joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
Well. Jadi gede lagi. Langsung kebuka dong.
It's a pity you made it out of the sandpit alive.
Yeah.
Tell me about your...
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear.
Looks like sincerity.
Am I not sincere
Dia cuma
enough?
pengen ini aja berarti ya.
And I'll help him find them.
On what basis do you believe he's incapable, necessitating the delegation to someone from a rival faction?
Simple. Because that
Pengkhianat
murderer
yang
could very
bersembunyi
well
dalam
be a
memori.
traitor. That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman. We need someone who can keep her in check. It's better to minimize the variables outside our
Berarti
control.
bener. Dia nggak mau
Execute our plan.
berurusan sama Acheron ternyata.
Moreover, I
Makanya
need to
dia
know her
kayak
identity.
Kayak
If
mau
I'm
adu
lucky.
domba kita sama Acheron
She
gitu.
could be an important pawn.
Nggak mau repot
And
deh.
it's good to have more helpful friends when dealing with this matter. But honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. I believe my standpoint. There's a rat in the family. Otherwise, why would Mr. Sunday arrange a private... We'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom and power. In the end, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest death.
Bener kan? Jahat
If
kan?
the chance of winning is just beyond this door, even if that chance is close to zero, well, you can't win if you don't play.
Ah, the charming audacity.
Just 3 chips are enough. All or
Sudah gua duga ada yang nggak beres ini sama Adventure. Ini dia Sunday.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC ambassador.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday. However...
Well, this isn't an invitation,
Lambat banget
but
ya
a
ngobrolnya.
summoning. Before we speak, I need to test your character. I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help, yes?
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do. He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties.
Yes, the doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers you, like himself, a virtuous person who can be trusted by the family. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, but there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to...
You don't look too well. If not, then it means...
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious act.
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is... There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business.
Dia sudah
As
tidak
you
bisa menyanyi
know,
lagi.
her voice is... Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb. But don't worry.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine. since you're so selfless and generous.
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal items under the family's custody.
The box in which the cornerstone is stored.
Masih nyari ya?
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the preservation emanating for an object so
Oh,
precious.
makanya tadi Mimpi
It probably
in
comes at an even higher
preservation.
price than other forms of recon.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring...
Mr. Aventurine, when you're out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. I'm not the kind that takes risks.
No room for negotiation.
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Sure.
Udah mau kerja
If the
sama
gift
deh.
money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip.
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next, you have 113 seconds to prove your innocence and gain my trust.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you.
Or not.
Question. Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to poverty. Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Lah.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Yes.
Kenapa ya semua?
Are you an
Ada yang bohong nih
abject
kayaknya.
from Sigonia?
Lah.
Yes.
Tapi kan gak pirang.
You even know about that?
Do the Avgens have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Yes.
All the Avgens were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
Oh, Afghan itu nama
No.
ininya, bukan nama orangnya.
Are you your clan's sole
Nama
survivor?
klan. Berarti Adventure itu namanya tadi si siapa? Kakak Fasya.
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your own hands?
Ketahuan dong
I
rencananya.
don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine stone is safe and sound in this box?
Itu burung apa ya? Dokter Rasio kah?
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance to defend your honor.
Disuruh buka sendiri dong.
Please.
Kosong.
Are these what you're looking for?
How?
Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the
Oh,
family in this
jangan
farce?
dikasih Dokter Asia duluan.
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid...
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of...
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that...
Cut to the chase. What do you need?
Batu.
I
Tadi.
need Mr. Aventurine's
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone?
Oh, udah dicuri.
You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united.
You'll have to speak more clearly.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine surrendered. Was it really his?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it.
Oh, dia
I never
takutnya
imagined someone would
itu
share
di
his way of
ini
thinking. Honestly, you
dijadiin
should
buat
see a
judi batunya.
Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members.
Tapi aneh ya, si ini Dokter Asia ini sebetulnya bukan IPC kan, tapi bisa buka kotak. Why?
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klepoth's spot.
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 stone hearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, and this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Adventurine, and it belongs to Topaz.
Kok bisa?
So,
Tapi batunya Adventure kan tadi satu ada sama dia kan?
Not at the moment.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that...
Nah ini kan?
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone. More precious than life itself. With a bunch of worthless jewels.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money. This is a gamble, one he's...
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. As for the villain, I hope he retreats in humiliation. It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career. Ratio, you wretch. Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. Treasure your remaining time, and savor the delectable aftertaste.
Bisa ditentuin?
You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly. What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering...
Is this what the Harmony represents? But is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent. But I have seen your resilient spirit, and thus I offer you the possibility of a new beginning. Throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape
Jadi tahanan dong.
or
Bener
contact
yang
any
gue
of your
bilang.
companions.
Yang
You only have 2 paths
lalu.
before you, and it all depends on whether you can complete my test within the time limit. Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the eternal centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil
Ngeri
hidden
juga
in
ya
the family
seandainya
from
ternyata
an external
kalem-kalem gitu,
perspective.
tapi
I will purge the
agak
evil
jahat
from the
juga.
inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 17 system hours. When the time comes, compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achievable without it.
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag of worthless jewels for everything you need. Off you go, Mr. Aventurine. You are free. I will wait here for your good news.
Si Adventurer tadinya mau manfaatin orang, malah dia yang dimanfaatin. Jadi kebalik.
This meeting isn't an interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out. That's all. By the way, before you go, I have a personal question.
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Waduh.
Kakavasha! Where did you go? Oh, are you injured? I got it back, sister. You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. It's just a necklace. It's neither food nor water. We can survive without it. But I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to look for those catechins again, okay?
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart. I played a game with them, and I won.
Won? What happened exactly? Tell me.
I made a bet with them. The 2 birds in the desert and me. Who will die first? I won. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fair and square.
Of course. Of course you'd win. You've always been a lucky child. Gayatri Triclops must be watching over you. But that's no reason to push your luck by going up against those bloodthirsty, cruel catechins. Have you forgotten how Mom and Dad... This is just a necklace. But
Kakaknya takut aja.
you are my only family.
I'm sorry, sister.
Ini kayaknya jatuhnya si Adventurer ini jahat gara-gara keluarganya nih dibunuh.
There'll be no next time.
It is
Tapi kenapa rambutnya jadi beda ya?
but not as important as you, my
Ini di
dearest
cerita
brother.
kecilnya dia kan pirang
I
kan?
don't blame you, but you must remember what Mom said. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gayatri Triclops. She has also granted us a chance. And that's your good luck, Kakavasha. Your good luck is the most precious wealth we all Avgin have. You're a child blessed by Gayatri Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember...
listen to me. And... Okay. But sister, if Gayatri, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? And where was Gayatri Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Sister,
Ya kan, betul kan.
everyone praises me for being... Then how bad were our sins?
Excuse me, I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives. The photo you provided also doesn't show any matches.
Just as I thought. I'd like to ask, what kind of traces do people leave when they enter a dream?
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor physiological indicators such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels, and body temperature in real time. This data will be included in statistics and handed over to the family for the screening of any data anomalies. I
Apa bisa
apologize.
diakses?
The hotel does not have access. This information is managed by the Bloodhound family. We can only gain access if there's a problem.
Ini loh problemnya
Nothing can
ada.
be found here.
At least we know who to look for next. We can ask the Bloodhound family for information. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie. By the way, is Miss Robin doing fine? We are looking forward to her performance.
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The preparations for the Charmony Festival have been proceeding smoothly, so I guess things are pretty good. I believe she will be able to put on a spectacular show for all.
Beneran gak ada yang tahu dong. Dari pihak hotelnya juga nggak tahu.
Sure enough, no one knows about Miss Robin. I'm not surprised. But that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. There's no information on her in the hotel system.
Ya kan gak ada
Even
di
if she's
sistem
a
gara-gara kan
She
si
should have a
Firefly
disguised
itu ini
identity
kan
after entering the planet.
apa? Ilegal.
She's also
Warga
looking
ilegal.
for the legacy. How is she going to sneak into the dreamscape unnoticed?
Is there any other way to enter a dream? Besides the hotel room's dream pool?
Telarun Hunter.
The memo keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. In the memory zone of Penacony, they thrive effortlessly, a fact proven to us by Black Swan. The hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the Dreamscape Hotel's seal. According to the scene witnessed by her, it is likely that they are behind Miss Firefly's case.
The Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters. Both are possible, but what about the IPC? Since they want Penacony all for themselves, they're bound to have a plan.
Who are you guys?
Hah?
The Bravo team
Lah, IPC
has arrived at their
datang.
designated position, ready to execute armed evacuation operation. Armed evacuation? Boss, aren't you drunk? What do you know? It's more efficient this way. Just don't let go.
Belum apa-apa udah berantem.
Hey, check it out. That
To all guests, the IPC
Oh, orang yang sama yang pas di Belobok.
operations within the hotel.
Lah, ada topas.
You've been told not to drink during work hours. Take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident report should be written.
Kirain bakal rusuh, ternyata ada topas.
I never thought I'd run into you on Penacony.
Long time no see, Astral Express crew. Aventurine has told me a lot about your happenings. Huh? It's fine. Do as I ask and try to avoid any conflicts with the family. Report to me before taking any action. Yes, all right. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Cordiality from the family is a mere facade. The former frontier prison
Bedaan
was
nih,
turned
beda
around
tempat
and cuffed
kekuasaan.
shackles on
Jadi
the
IPC
IPC
nggak
staff
terkenal
now.
di sini.
Only a venturine who carries an invitation is allowed to attend the banquet. An entourage like us, we can only sit around in the reality hotel, unauthorized to even enter dreams.
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone. The IPC can't back him up in the dreamscape.
His situation
Oh,
isn't
makanya
optimistic,
mereka
I hear.
si adventurer
You're all
nyari
hoping to
ini
investigate
orang yang
some
bisa diajak kerja
dirt
sama ya.
on the family.
Soalnya nggak ada
Are
yang
you
bisa
not?
bantu dia lagi.
Let me know if you need anything outside the
IPC
dreamscape.
sendiri nggak bisa masuk
The
ke dunia
IPC
mimpi.
always treats its partners well.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify some intel. Perhaps you've had dealings with them?
Yep, they're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? It'll take the spotlight off me. Being constantly stared at is really uncomfortable.
Ya, masih panjang nih kayaknya questnya nih. Karena quest yang masih panjang, kayaknya kita gacha aja kali ya udah di sini ya. Ntar, gua ada berapa ini? Nggak ada yang bisa diambil lagi kan? Nggak ada. Hari ini gua udah ngambil. Oke, langsung aja gacha sebisanya ya. Gua ada berapa tiket nih? Ada 31 plus 550 jet. Oke. Acheron. Gue lupa udah PT berapa, tapi ya kita coba pulangin seadanya. Let's go, langsung warp 10. Ini jatuhnya opret ya, jadi nggak pasti dapat. Ya malah dapat Lycornnya Asta itu doang. Ntar kayaknya 10-10 dulu aja baru single-single kali ya untuk habisinnya. Semoga pulang. Enggak kayaknya. Belum dapat dia. Wah ini. Dapat nih ini, pulang nggak kira-kira? Let's see. Acheron. 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 Pulang. Let's go. Udah dapat E6 kah bang? E6. E0 ini mah. Namanya juga free to play. Yang penting pulang dulu ya kan. Masalah EE-nya itu nanti belakangan. Yang penting sudah mempermudah hidup. Dapat Acheron, tinggal kelarin SU nanti bisa speedrun. Let's go. Nah ini ada sisa, ini kita coba ke Lycornnya aja ya, habisin seadanya lah. Halo Suyatno, welcome. Kita habisin di Lycornnya, siapa tahu pulang, mana tahu ya kan. Kita cobain. Single pull, nggak dapat. Pernah main UG dueling nggak bang? Pernah dulu banget. Abis itu stop gue gara-gara kayak apa ya, nggak begitu free to play banget kayak Master Duel karena dia nggak ada sistem craft kan di sana. Gue rasa Lycornnya nggak pulang, tapi yang penting Acheronnya pulang lah. Ya nggak pulang guys. Oke, jadi aninya yang penting. Salah pencet. Oh iya dapat dia juga ya.
Careful, don't get too lost in those
Tetap aja nggak gua naikin. Salah. Gua dueling dulu itu cuma sampai level berapa ya? Awal-awal doang kok. Ingat gua main nggak sampai yang sampai anu banget, otomatis naik level. Bisa sampai berapa nih?
Never turn
Apakah
back.
bisa sampai
The path
80?
behind is gone.
Oke. Acheron enam ignore weakness. Hah? Serius? Berarti dihantam rata sama dia? Ah, nggak bisa nih. Bahannya gue belum bisa ambil. Nanti gue cari deh. Itu gimana cara mencetnya? Oh, ini. Masa sih coba? E6. Meningkatkan 20% Trash Penetration. Nah, seluruh tipe ultimate damage yang diakibatkan Acheron, damage yang diakibatkan basic attack sama skill juga dianggap sebagai ultimate damage. Oh. Mengabaikan tipe weakness musuh untuk mengurangi. Gila sih. Untuk Master Duel kita live streamnya libur dulu ya, Yatno ya. Jadi gue bakal bikinin dulu deck profilnya, beberapa nanti update decklist. Soalnya kartu baru kan. Gue nggak tahu nanti bakal bikin Vulcano apa enggak, tapi gue lihat-lihat lagi apakah bisa gue bikin gitu. 6 Acheron solo all content. Kayaknya nggak mungkin deh. Kalau untuk sekarang mungkin iya bisa, tapi nanti ke depannya kayaknya nggak bisa deh. Pasti ada yang gimana-gimana musuhnya gitu. Biasanya sih gitu. Gue lagi nunggu game Pokemon terbaru. Itu ya, apa? Z. Apa sih nama anunya? Nama legendarnya gue lupa. Yang Z itu kan, yang kemarin ini. Master Duel lagi meta api sekarang, nunggu kena hit dulu itu Diabel. Bonfire, iya Bonfire baru rilis masalahnya. Jadi Snake Eyes jadi lebih kuat lagi nih. Dan gua hype-nya apa? Excess Water rilis. Gua lagi hype-nya di situ. Jadi ntar malam itu gua update Shark Deck. Dan nanti gue bakal coba update deck apa sih namanya? Aduh, gue lupa namanya. Gold Ride-nya nanti bakal gue coba untuk gue update ya, karena udah ada support baru untuk Axis-nya. Jadi ditunggu aja nanti. Sama gue mau ini juga mau update untuk Labyrinth ya, karena Labyrinth sudah ada ini. Butlernya udah ada, jadi Labyrinth udah full power untuk sekarang. Deck Vulcano bakar-bakar seru kayaknya. Nah, gue sempat lihat ada lewat di ini gue. Katanya ini ya, bisa FTK ya, Vulcano. Wait, kita gacha. Di shop bisa lagi nggak sih? Nih bisa ambil satu. Terus oh iya, ini untuk gacha yang ini besok ya baru reset ya. Jadi nggak bisa. Oke, kita gacha sekali lagi. Udah ada harapan sih emang single pull. Di sini masih bisa sekali. Sama yang di pack yang terbaru tuh. Pack apa sih namanya, gue lupa. Di pack terbaru itu kan ada kartu baru juga kan. Itu gue mau coba cek nanti mahal nggak kartunya. Kalau misalnya mahal agak susah, kalau misalnya lumayan murah gue mau coba bikin. Ancien tuh agak mahal, gue lihat UR banyak banget kan. Gue agak ragu bisa bikin. Jadi kemungkinan gue nggak bikin dulu sih Ancient. Tapi nanti gue coba cek di mana yang nganggur. Kalau misalnya ada, gue coba ini, gue coba bikin. Maksud gue nganggur, terus juga resource-nya lumayan banyak. Jadi ada kemungkinan gue bisa bikin. Semoga ya bisa ya, tapi kalau bisa bikin gue pasti bikinin deh. Nanti malam jangan lupa shard deck rilis ya di jam biasa, jam 8 WITA, atau untuk kalian yang di WIB itu di jam 7 WIB nanti udah rilis untuk shard decknya yang paling baru. Dan untuk shard decknya itu sebetulnya alternatif aja ininya untuk apa namanya, apa sih, Utopic Draco itu sebetulnya nggak dibawa juga nggak apa-apa, bisa nggak dibawa, jadi sebetulnya fokus di kenaik doang bisa, kayak Nes gitu-gitu. Terus next gue kemungkinan bakal update ini dulu, Labrin dulu. Nah, next ini yang gue belum tahu apakah nanti akan bikin deck baru atau kita update Snake Ice-nya. Bayangin Snake Ice sudah tier 0 ditambahin Bonfire ya kan. Konsistennya gimana? Sama gue sempat cek juga Harpy ternyata belum ada kartu barunya sampai sekarang. Emergency juga belum rilis. Jadi Rescue S belum bisa diupdate, Harpy juga belum bisa diupdate, dan yang kemarin gue mau bikin sampai sekarang nggak jadi karena nggak dapet yang seru. Yang kemarin tuh gue mau bikin Tistina tuh, gue mau bikin Tistina apa Vanadium, sampai sekarang kan belum gue upload itu. Nggak dapat yang bagus sama sekali. Jadi tiap gua setup pertama itu pasti musuhnya suret, lagi combo musuhnya suret, terus begitu pas musuh bagus banget boardnya gua nggak bisa tembusin gitu. Gua summon udah gua tutup pakai ini, udah apa misalnya gua bisa break nih boardnya pakai Testina, ini langsung suren. Vanadiumnya belum di setup. Jadi masih gue cari tahu untuk nih ya, untuk matchnya yang bagus. Agak ribet lah cari yang bagus soalnya yang pakai Vanadium itu. Jadi gitu ya. Sama Gold Pride nanti gue update juga sebisanya. Oke. Mungkin live streamingnya sampai sini dulu ya. Untuk questnya ini belum kelar. Mungkin nanti kita lanjutin next time. Paling gue bakal naikin Acheron dulu. Acheron gue mau gue mentokin dulu. Sekalian kita nunggu. Nanti gue mainin lagi untuk story-nya. Tapi belum tahu kapan. Karena gue masih kepingin update Yu-Gi-Oh dulu. Karena lagi fresh kan update-nya. Dan juga kartu-kartu baru. Ya you know lah. Dan semoga cepet ya. Gue bisa update decknya sama bikin deck profile yang baru. Doain aja. Oke, dan kita absen dulu Sahel sama Suyatno yang baru datang, thank you. Nggak tahu baru datang, nggak tahu baru chat ya. Mungkin dari tadi nonton dan baru chatting, gue nggak tahu juga. Karena dari tadi story seru banget. Gue bisa bilang seru, bisa bilang enggak sih, karena dari tadi nggak ada battle nih ya, full nih masalahnya, betul-betul full story. Terus juga tadi ada Wildan, thank you. Ada Makci. Makci lagi live stream nih. Kalau misalnya kalian mau mampir silakan. Biasanya dia main Roblox dan banyak giveaway ya di tempatnya dia. Tapi giveaway-nya giveaway Roblox. Mampir aja ke sana, Ci Gaming Room, kalian bisa cari. Dan ada Sepuh Jen tadi udah iniin, udah request Labrin, thank you. Ada Nonem, ada Wildan tadi banyak ngasih tau ya, kayaknya ini spoiler sih, tapi gue nggak tahu so far yang dikasih tau sama Wildan belum ini ya. Udah segitu aja, dan jangan lupa nanti malam ya deck profile baru, dan untuk deck profile yang baru-baru lainnya yang udah di request juga sama Sepuzen, ditunggu aja. Oke? Gue Zed undur diri, kita ketemu lagi di video-video berikutnya. Otsu Z, bye bye.